A rising number of left-wing mayors in sanctuary cities across the country pledging to fight both the law and the president-elect. 11 cities now, from Los Angeles to New York, vowing not to cooperate with the Trump administration on deportation orders for illegal immigrants, preserving their sanctuary status. There are more than 200 of these sanctuary cities and jurisdictions all across the country. All told, about 400 jurisdictions that have policies, police department orders, or non-binding resolutions of some kind that limit local officials from cooperation with federal immigration law enforcement, ignoring federal law. Now, Trump has threatened to cut off federal aid to these sanctuary cities, and he has a lot of leverage to do so. Those sanctuary cities receive some $650 billion from the federal government. That's what they call leverage. Joining me now, the co-host of The Five, Kimberly Guilfoyle, attorney and absolutely perfect to talk about the issue of sanctuary cities.
Yes, you're right.
Because all levels of law are involved.
You're absolutely right. And also because I was a prosecutor, assistant district attorney in San Francisco, which is one of the premier violators in terms of being a sanctuary city. And for all intents and purposes, they are going to continue to do so. And now you see a lot of people being very vocal, some of the different mayors across this country saying that they will flat out disregard the rule of law in favor of their political ideology.
Help me out on something, because I listen to some of the people for whom I have very low regard on any level who run these cities, in particularly Rahm Emanuel in Chicago, a violent crime wave. Well,
he should be recalled just based on the loss of lives there.
It's saying to people he's going to, preserve Chicago as a sanctuary city, no matter the law, no matter what. And I'm sorry, didn't this administration just use federal supremacy clause law to insist upon getting done whatever it wanted to on this issue? Why should it not apply in the issue of sanctuary cities straight out?
Oh, it should apply. I mean, it is applicable. It should apply. But the problem is you have people putting forward their own ideology and their viewpoints and trying to put forward these sanctuary cities, by the way, at great cost to public safety, to people who are here legally, who are citizens, who deserve a right to be protected and have the rule of law followed. But instead you have these people, these miscreants across the country, going ahead and thumbing their nose at the law. If you're not going to follow the law and the rules of the land, then don't be in the position.
And to be clear, what Donald Trump has said, his administration will be going after criminal illegal immigrants.
Correct.
The estimate is 2 to 3 million of them, and on that basis they make up a considerable portion of violent crime in this country, the MS-13, various gangs.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the gangs that come across and they recruit.
What's it going to take to do it?
It's going to really take a firm hand, and I believe that President-elect Donald Trump will do it, because this is something he was very passionate about. He talked about putting forward Kate's Law based on the homicide of Kate Steinle that happened in San Francisco. If the rule of law was followed, Kate Steinle would be alive today, and that's also the law that Bill O'Reilly was pushing so hard as well. I think that Trump will put that in, and he can use also executive action to put that forward.
Now, he is about, the president-elect, to reverse a substantial number of the executive actions and orders on the part of President Obama. Is that going to work in most cases with those executive orders? Yes,
I think it will. I think it will work with respect to because President Obama came out about the Dreamers and and people are pushing President Obama to pardon 750,000. That's not going to work, because even if he pardons them, it doesn't make them legal or citizens. So that's an issue right there. So some of that can be undone by President-elect Donald Trump. Also about transgender, the bathrooms, that can be undone. And then there's like one other one that maybe I think that he can do pretty quickly. So, I mean, I think you'll see it happen, to be honest.
And very quickly, Mitt Romney coming in to talk with the president-elect. I have just confessed my
turnabout.
my petty nature in these things as viciously as Mitt Romney attacked Donald Trump's candidacy.
And he was in a very powerful position to exert some influence on behalf of the Republican Party to bring everybody together And instead, he went
out
out of his way.
What's his name? Evan?
Yeah, the guy in, what's his name? In
McMullen.
McMillan or something in Utah. So that's a problem. So, but you know what? It just goes to show how magnanimous President Donald Trump, elect Donald Trump is going to be, and he's actually reaching across the lines to try to make things work.
In his transition to this point, if I say so myself, I mean, he has been extraordinary. And at the same time, the national left-wing media continue, New York Times, Washington Post, continue their carping and attacks. It's some of the, I thought they were ignorant during the campaign.
Sure.
They've risen to a level of ignorance and abhorrence of the basic precepts of journalism that I never imagined they could reach even 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Appalling.
It really is. But you know what? America will be the beneficiary of great decision-making and honest leadership with President-elect Donald Trump.
And we have just learned that General Michael Flynn has been offered the job of National Security Advisor in the Trump White House.
There
Kimberly,
you go. All right,
great
excellent.
to see you. And
Great
so
to see
it
you
begins.
Yeah, so it begins.
Or continues. Thanks so much. Be sure to vote in our poll tonight. Do you believe the left-wing national media will give ever Donald Trump due credit